Welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday, the day we're going to fire the new engine in Billy's S10. At least I hope. Before we get started today, I needed to run down to A1 Auto Parts in Buckeye Lake and pick up a few things we needed. So, me and the two turd barrels loaded up in the 55 Chevy and went for a little ride today. It was kind of nice to get the old 55 back out for a change. Nice little ride down through downtown Hebron, down into Buckeye Lake, where the dogs knew they had treats awaiting. Now, while me and the dogs were busy running errands, Matt was working on his old Dodge pickup out in the driveway. He's having a little bit of trouble getting his computer to connect to his ECU, or some kind of shit, I don't know. Sounds like electronic fuel injection problems to me. Billy's busy finishing up the 421, getting ready to set it down in the truck. Now, our goal for today is to get this thing fired up, and hopefully it doesn't have any problems. We need to warm it up, heat cycle it, so that we can retorque the head gaskets, hopefully by tomorrow morning. When we finally pulled into A1 down there in Buckeye Lake, the dogs made a beeline right behind the counter. They know exactly where Mark keeps the treat barrel. Mark and the guys down there spoil these dogs rotten every time I bring them down there. June turns around, looks at me just to make sure it's okay before she starts begging for them from Mark. She's quite a character. Mark got me hooked up on everything we needed. The dogs got their dog treats, and we headed back to the shop. I'm really hoping that by the time I get back there, Billy and Big Rob have the engine set down in that truck. When I got back to the shop, look what was sitting on the back of the dually. Allison's brand new Hemi engine. Billy had gone into Jegs and picked it up. Meanwhile, Rob and Billy had the engine set clear down in the truck and had the converter bolts on, and we were ready to start on the top half of the engine. I helped Billy switch out the distributor gear from a steel gear to a bronze gear, set the distributor down in the truck, put it in time, set the carburetor on, and by 8:45 at night, we were getting close to firing this thing up. We had water in the radiator, the cooling system was topped off, we hooked the timing light up, and then the only thing left to do was spin the engine over to bring the oil pressure up. Once we were certain that the oil pressure was up, the oil filter was full of oil, we hooked the ignition coil up and turned the fuel pump on to check for leaks. We had a couple little fuel leaks on the carburetor bowl from some loose fittings, but other than that, we were ready to try our hand at firing this thing off for the first time. The first cylinder that fired, I could hear that it fired late. Obviously, the ignition timing was a little bit too far retarded, so I turned the distributor, advanced the timing, and we tried again. That got our ignition timing close enough to where the engine would fire up and run, but it only had about 20 degrees initial timing. So I advanced the timing a little bit more, got it turned up to about 36 degrees, and we let the engine run and warm up. Once I had the ignition timing set at about 36 degrees, my main focus was getting the temperature up in the engine as quickly as possible. So Billy opens the lean out valve on the carburetor to lean out the air fuel mixture, and that idles the carburetor up a little bit higher to build heat. Even with the lean out valve open and the temperature down, I could tell that the throttle response was much improved over the 15-degree motor with low compression. Idling at about 1700 RPM with the lean out open, finally we hit about 180 degrees water temperature. Once the engine got up to operating temperature and the thermostat open, a small water leak appeared from the top radiator hose being a little bit loose. So we shut the truck down, tightened the upper radiator hose, and fired it back up. With the engine up to operating temperature at about 170, 180 degrees, the throttle response is incredible. And I don't care what anybody says about fuel injection, you'll never have throttle response with fuel injection like you do with a carburetor. The little 421 with flat top pistons made boost instantly. It came up on boost so much easier and so much quicker than the old motor. We ran the little truck up on the lift to check for leaks, found absolutely nothing. It was perfectly dry. So we let it cool off and then fired it back up to heat cycle the rings. Sounds good. What do you think of this new engine in the truck, Matthew?
I think that it is going to be incredibly fast with very little input.
You think so?
I have been around a couple of years, and I have never heard that truck come up on boost that quick.
Yeah, it did come up on
And
boost pretty quick.
effortlessly.
What do you think, Big Rob?
About?
The shit wagon behind you.
Personally, I think the shit wagon's gonna run a personal best.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the kid's back. Yeah, I think so. She's gonna make some horsepowers, I believe.
All the horse pressure.
All the horsepower. Yep. All of it.
What do you think, Junior?
I just want to say low compression and 15-degree heads.
I'm not so sure I'd agree with the 15-degree head thing, but I'm thinking the dish pistons, they can get all the way ucked. How's that?
Yeah, that low compression deal,
That's not for us.
especially on methanol, it's unnecessary.
That's not for us. It's not our thing.
What do you think, Weasel Pig? Yeah.
It sounds good though. It sounds happy.
Are we gonna test just the truck tomorrow? Or do we need to
Yeah,
bring the Falcon?
just test the truck.
what I
I don't think
figured.
we need to test the Falcon. It's pretty well set. But we do need to put weight bars back and everything and get them ready for KD.
Yeah. Do you think the Falcon needs one weight bar or 3?
2 or all of it. Well,
I
last
think
time
it'd
we were,
probably be fine. It had 3 last time.
and it tried to wheelie though.
Yeah, I think we should probably do 2.
Wasn't he concerned about something scraping when he went?
No,
No one was
No.
concerned with anything.
Yeah, they were just concerned about the truck. That's what, but I'll plow that front end of that truck into the side of that mountain.
you don't even care anymore, do you?
No, the whole thing's messed up anyway, so what's another dent?
So, you got the details?
Oh, you can't put me on the spot for.
I
this.
am. You're all the time up my ass about details,
Oh my
details,
gosh.
details, and here we are.
But it's
It's time for the details. What's the details?
cut, and let me check, and I'll
Oh,
be right
God.
back.
our friends from Oklahoma ordered some stuff.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. We need to send them a special care package. Are you ready for details yet?
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Here we go. Here comes the details.
Saturday night, KD Dragway, South Webster, Ohio. Big Wheels. You and I are going to do Big Wheels.
Oh, God.
About 8 o'clock.
All right.
And that's about the same time that they do chip draw. And then first round is about 9. $15 to get in. Kids 12 and under free. Then Sunday, if we're still alive, we're going to drag ourselves to Marion. And Matt is putting on a Sunday fun day.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Come on down to Marion County Raceway, where there's 16 classes. If you've never raced before, you've got a place to fit in. I want to hear no complaining. All amateur classes, only $30. It's $10 to get in, $20 to race. We will see you Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
How am I going to compete with that?
You can't.
I can't compete with that.
Especially when you're not even fluffed very
I know,
good.
I look like
Put me on the
crap.
spot.
I'm not even, I can't compete
Why
with
do you
that.
sound like a 50-year-old man? They should have like a top hat or something.
Like, that's what it's supposed to be, right? Isn't that the old, like, Raceway
Right.
Park commercial?
Right.
Like, yeah. Except
You
we don't,
nailed it,
on.
Matt. You nailed it. You put me to shame.
we don't have anything cool like jet cars or anything. We just got people racing for next to no money.
Oh.
Are we done?
Yeah.
We're
Sorry,
done.
I look a little frazzled today.
Guys, it has been a long 3 days putting that back together. But it's back together, it's running. Tomorrow morning we have to pull the turbos and the headers back off and the valve train back off of it. We have to retorque the cylinder head gaskets because they're copper head gaskets. So we put a real good heat cycle on tonight, fired it up a couple times, put it on boost a couple times, and it sounds really, really good. You can definitely tell that it's got a little less camshaft in it now than it had before, but it sounds really happy. Sitting there idling and coming up on boost, it sounds really, really good. So I think we're back. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna go test a little bit tomorrow night, maybe up at Marion, and then Saturday KD and Sunday back at Marion. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.